What's going on, guys? I recently got a comment on a video that I had made about my NEVE MBP, basically just showing the feed forward versus feedback compression mode on the unit. And the comment read, "What in the box compressors can replace the MBP except for the stereo field editing function section?" I think this is an interesting question because the Portigo is a unit that doesn't really have dedicated plugin emulations, like for example an SSLG bus or an LA2A. It doesn't really have specific emulations, but there actually is a plugin from Acoustica. It's called Snow, and if I'm not mistaken, it's like a suite with 4 plugins. It has a preamp plugin, an EQ plugin, compressor, and then a master bus plugin that incorporates all those. So the interesting thing about the master bus plugin is I've heard that it is specifically trying to emulate the Portigo master bus processor from NEVE. So it has a compressor, limiter, stereo field section. It also has transformer and color circuits. It has a section for that too. So that's something that I've heard about in the past. I've never tried it. I don't have experience with it, so I don't know how good of a job it does, but I think that's something that's worth checking out if you're trying to get a plugin that is specifically emulating the MBP, because to my knowledge, that's the only plugin that is specifically trying to emulate the MBP. Now, when it comes to other compressors, you would want to get a compressor, or you'd want to get a plugin that is a VCA or emulating a VCA compressor, because the Portigo is a VCA compressor. So I think something like the SSLG bus from UAD would be a good option. That is a VCA compressor. That's a classic compressor. You can't go wrong with that, especially the one from UAD sounds pretty damn good. I use it a lot in my mixes. The Alicia Alpha compressor from UAD especially, that plugin is really good. I mean, the actual hardware is one of the best compressors ever made. But when talking about the plugin is still really good. I have a good amount of experience using it. And it also has the soft clip knob too, so you can do a little bit of that as well if you want. But the good thing about the Alpha is that it's pretty clean. It is a VCA as well. And it also, there's different presets you can use, but you can also use it as a de-esser as well, which I use it as a de-esser a good amount. Or I used to. Now I use other plugins for de-essing. I tend to use Vice, but yeah, I mean, I remember the Alicia Alpha compressor as a de-esser. Obviously, I'm talking the plugin, of course. It was a very good option for that. So those are probably the 2 plugins that I would recommend. Obviously, with the Alpha, you get a little bit more flexibility with the EQ options and the sidechain and all that. But I think those are the 2 plugins off the top of my head that I would recommend.